the topics I have today kind of go from bad to good. So like they start getting like real muddy, clear. But I also wanted to talk about Cards and Tankards because you're familiar with them, right?
Yes.
The game itself. So I'm gonna put a little visual up here for everyone. But Cards and Tankards, for those who don't know, is a collectible trading card game. It's currently on Steam, Sidequest, and sort of App Lab, which is what we're going to be talking about. So, most recently, I believe this happened on Friday, November 5th. It was delisted from the Oculus App Lab store. Now, I am a player of the game. I have paid for stuff on this game. I spent $50 on it the day it came out or when it launched. I also reached out to the creator of it to get his statement on it because I want to make sure we get as close to what happened. From what I've been able to put together, the creator was contacted on Friday the 5th and told that they were violating the terms of service by having a PayPal link in-game and the PayPal website link for purchasing off-platform. Additionally, they were told that there is a policy against Patreon accounts providing in-game benefits on a Quest platform, especially when it's purchased off-platform. The creator was told this, and within a couple hours, reportedly, they removed the PayPal link from the game. Although by the time that happened late Friday evening, it had already been taken off App Lab. So this all happened on Friday. Speaking with them, they are hoping that possibly by the time this chat goes live, it is back on App Lab, but it was against terms of service. What have you purchased anything from Cards and Tankards?
No. I thought about it.
What stopped you from doing it, out of curiosity?
It's because I don't play it enough. I think if I was like really addicted, I would probably do it. But I played for like a couple of days, and while I was in there, I was eyeballing the stuff just because it would be fun. And of course, it's always great to support indie devs. But I go through a lot of games, so I just didn't stick on it.
Yeah, I don't know what the current process is. I'm not as familiar with the Patreon part of it. I can tell you my individual experience purchasing was real early. I believe the game came out about 9-10 months ago, plus or minus something. And I wanted to buy some gems in the game because I like card games. I could talk about them forever. I love collectible card games, and I wanted to contribute. I wanted to get some new cards. I wanted to play. I had to click on a PayPal button in game, but then it didn't work well. So then I had to go online, found the PayPal link. I spent $50. Then I had to DM him on Discord. Then had to give my Oculus ID name. And then he told me eventually that it would be in my account soon. I had to refresh 3 or 4 times and it showed up. That was my experience. I'm not going to make a statement on it, but I think in context it's important. The reason I bring up the story is that there was quite a bit of outrage I see on Twitter, right? And I think there's pros and cons here. For one, it is possibly one of the biggest shames in the world, and I've talked about it in a previous chat, that there are no in-app purchases on App Lab. I think that's pretty insane. Although, according to John Carmack, based off RJ from Soaring Rock Studios, that will be likely coming within a couple weeks. Do you think they should have been delisted for this? And according to them, it is their first warning. And when I say delisted, not a warning, nothing. They are completely off App Lab, still on Steam and SideQuest.
Yes, I do. It's against terms of service. If you know that, or maybe you forgot, I don't know. But if it's in the fine print before you put that shit up, and you broke a rule, I don't think they should just start, being like, oh well, that one wasn't that bad. Like you got to follow protocols. 2, on the Oculus Quest, I can see that they really want the experiences to be smooth and clean, and they want it to be like cohesive and work like a video game, because that's what they're kind of, it's like kind of like a gaming console in a lot of ways. So they want it to work like a video game does, because that's how we relate to a lot of these kinds of experiences, and that's why I think they're so strict with their curation. They want to make sure that anyone who fires up a game on the Quest, regardless whether or not it's on the main store or even on App Lab, it's not some janky pile of garbage. And I'm not saying Cards and Tankers is a janky pile of garbage. I think it's really good, it's got huge potential. But a PayPal email address in my game, like that to me screams like unprofessional, like what, PayPal, like what the fuck is this? Like, no, in-app purchase, like you said, like click the button, there's my thing, it charged my credit card and I didn't take a headset off, like it didn't pull me out of the app. Like that's the way it has to be if you're going to do this kind of thing. To your point, you jump through 15 hoops and now maybe there's only 7 hoops, but there's still hoops, and Oculus really cares about the user experience. So I do think that it probably should have gotten pulled off for something like that. Yeah. And I don't want to, because I don't think that developers should get shafted or should have no opportunities to make money. I absolutely think they should have tons of opportunities to make the money that they deserve. They're out there busting their asses, quitting their day jobs to make the games that they've always wished could exist, because they know they're not the only ones, and they're making them for us because we're the people. So I really want them to be successful and to find an opportunity to make money. They just need to do it the right way.
Yeah. And a couple things too. I know his Discord handle, and I know it's very public. Like Emery's the creator of it. I believe he's very young. I don't think it's a big team. I think it might be 2 or 3 people. For anyone who hasn't played Cards and Tankards, I would highly recommend to go play it. It's a very fun card game. They've been updating constantly. It runs very well. The graphics are good. The tavern's got a great homey feel.
Yeah, it's just a great way to spend time in VR, It's just like a great VR experience.
So I don't want to blast them. Like, this is not us blasting them. It's a great game. But they have to do, in a way, I also understand that they have to do what they need to do to survive. App Lab still is taking, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong here, Alex, I still believe App Lab takes 30% of the cut if it is a paid title.
I think so.
The searchability for them is practically zero. For those who don't know, if you search a App Lab game in the Oculus app, if you misspell it, not big misspells, I'm talking 1 letter, 1 space, 1 anything off, it will not pull up. It won't pull up. It's ridiculous. I remember when Puzzling Places was on App Lab, you had to type in Puzzling Places space dash space, and then it might have been beta or demo, or you had to type another word. Anyone wrong from that, 23 titles on my screen would show up before Puzzling Places. 23. That's
without going too far, I don't know if this is on or off topic, but I still kind of like App Lab, like I understand that it's not like ideal, especially for developers, but it's not even ideal for us as gamers, because you don't know all the games that are available. You basically have to have a direct link to it and go up to it on either your phone or your computer to get it to start installing on your Quest. Like on my Oculus, or on my Nintendo Switch, dude, do you have a Switch? You fire up the Nintendo Switch, dude, and that store is a fucking nightmare. Like, it is like you go to what's on sale, and it's like, oh, here's 1,200 titles on sale this week. Like, I'm not even shitting you. Like, it is a never-ending list of apps. It just doesn't stop. And I still remember Sidequest, man. Like, I feel like Sidequest was yesterday. And that was like 5 hoops on top of what App Lab does. Like App Lab is super smooth for these like small games that some of them are like still janky. Like there are some games that are amazing that don't make it to App Lab, and then piles of jank that do make it onto App Lab. And I'm like, how the fuck did this make it? But
doesn't seem like there's much of a roadmap.
It's kind of weird, but either way, I remember Sidequest very, very well still, and I know it still exists, but for a while, that was the only way for us to get these kinds of apps on our Quest. And now I just pop in a link, boom, I'm like flying through, I'm downloading games, like I still appreciate App Lab for what it has done, comparing it to Sidequest. I know that it's not where it needs to go yet, but at the moment, I'm not complaining a whole lot, but I know I'm not a developer.
Yeah. I hope if to put it in a bow here, Cards and Tankards, I hope you guys get back on App Lab. You definitely deserve to be. It's a quality title.
Totally.
I would hope that the in-app purchase system that is supposedly coming to App Lab very shortly is here within the next couple of weeks, so you can get back to business. Granted, they will be taking their 30% cut that way, which sucks, but at least you have an option there.
For the record, I don't blame Cards and Tankards. I have very many times in my life taken the road of like, don't ask for permission, ask for forgiveness.
Amen. Amen.
You just got to do it sometimes, So
Yes.
I feel you, bro. Like it didn't pay off, and I'm not gonna scream from the rooftops that you've been screwed over because you haven't been. You know, you weren't supposed to do that. You did. And you got in trouble. You know, get back on App Lab, though. We like you.
Ask for forgiveness, not permission. Hit that subscribe button to stay on top of the daily clips, or catch the debates and Fireside Chats live on the main channel down in the video description. See you next time, Space Cowboys.